Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, the Yankees start off the West Coast trip in style, take 2 out of 3 against the San Diego Padres, and not just another series there, but a bit of a litmus test, you would say, because as we know in the offseason, the Yankees and the Padres with the big trade that sent Soto here, but of course, Michael King and a bunch of prospects from the Yankees over to San Diego, and you always kind of wonder, you're not going to define the trade on 3 games there, but you're always kind of wondering how it's going to turn out, what would happen when these two teams eventually collide there, and the Yankees, even though, it's 2 out of 3, but overwhelmingly, seemingly dominate this series there. So we'll look into that, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this podcast, Section 420 Talkin Yankees, if you're listening now, and right after, go over YouTube, Section 420 Talkin Yankees, there's some content as well, you want to catch it all. So the Yankees, before leaving home there, I would say they had a little blip in the road there, but the 4 games series there in Seattle, they lost the first 2. Now the first one was a giveaway because it was the one game that Clay Holmes blown this whole year, so it was going to happen eventually. And of course the other game after that, the Yankees kind of fought their little tooth and nail, but unfortunately the bullpen kind of faltered a little bit and got away. But then of course come back, recoup the series, take the 3rd game. Now the 4th game, you almost give us a throwaway because it's Luis Gil versus Luis Castillo. Now I know Gil's been great for the Yankees, fantastic, but it would turn out the Yankee young arm would outshine the Seattle veteran. The Yankees able to take that final game and get a brilliant, another just dominating performance by Luis Gil there. And the only thing you worry about him is that at some point it's probably going to be some inning limits they're going to have to deal with. But again, so far it's just been absolute lights out to start the season there. So the Yankees able to salvage a final game, swing over to San Diego, and of course we know all the headlines, during the offseason, make the big trade for Juan Soto. And of course, you're wondering, was it a good deal? Who got the better side of it? Did the Yankees give up too much? And how would these two teams stack up amongst each other? Would San Diego be able to survive without Soto? And would the Yankees, great, they got Soto, but, would they be able to survive the fact they had to give up so many other pieces and blue chips in order to get them there? Well, if you want to look at the series here, you got to give your hats off to Brian Cashman. And this overall just looks like a win, just for the way both teams played out there. Now, I know, San Diego didn't feature all the players in there, but look at the moves they made. Again, they made the trade to get, they push out Soto to get a bunch of prospects from the Yankees. They get Wandy Peralta from free agency. I don't think that, again, it seemed like the Yankees was almost willing to let him walk away like that. And just right before the season started, San Diego pulls off the surprising trade to get Dylan Cease there. And again, he was in the mix for the Yankees. And again, you heard a little, grumblings from Yankees fans. Oh, why couldn't Cashman get Dylan Cease here? We don't have enough starting pitching. Well, Cashman was like, chill, don't worry about that. And if you look at this the way that someone like Luis Gil as well as Clark Schmidt has been pitching to start the season there, again, you didn't really need Dylan Cease there. Again, so this looks like another good move by Brian Cashman. And I mentioned before, Yankees, again, they only won 2 out of 3 games here, but it was overwhelming since it seemed dominant by the Yankees. The first game was an absolute laugher. 8-0, and it's not like the Yankees beat up a scrub pitcher. Yu Darvish is a legit good pitcher, and the Yankees just teed off on him. Aaron Judge, who's just completely different from the Aaron Judge we saw back in April. Now, almost certainly hit a home run every game there. Hits 2 home runs in the series, but tees off there in that first game. Also, Juan Soto going deep against his former teammate, as well as Giancarlo Stanton hitting one of those, wrist-flicking, low-line drive type of home runs. Again, that's when he's hitting well there. And the Yankees just come out, get a good, strong start behind Carlos Rendon there, and take the first game 8-0. Second game a little bit closer there, but again, another brilliant, great starting performance from Marcus Stroman. And really, it's the Yankees starting pitching lately has been absolutely great. Even if they take some losses here and there, overall, it's just been very good. Second was a bit of a nail biter. Clay Holmes comes on after Luke Weaver wasn't exactly his sharpest, but again didn't implode. And the Yankees able to lock down the second game 4-1 there. And the third game, it was tight. It was like 0-0 going into the 6th there. The Yankees did get on the board early, 1-0, thanks to a double by Juan Soto. But then, unfortunately, the Yankee bullpens came apart a little bit. And then San Diego finally able to show a little bit of sign of life there and at least salvage the final game for themselves. But if you look at the first 6 innings of that game there, again, it was neck and neck there. So you would overall look at this 3-game series, and it was overwhelmingly dominated by the Yankees. So just look at the roster that both teams, putting in here. Again, the Brian Cashman roster, and for all the whining and crying, Yankee fans did for him. You're looking right now, the Yankees are 19 games above 500, 2 games well ahead in the AL East. Again, don't go too crazy with the standings right now, but you look at San Diego right now, they're a 500 team, right? like 28 or 27. But nevertheless, Yankees are like near 20 games above 500, and San Diego is a 500 team now. So you kind of look, who has the better roster, who has the better team, who's performing well right now? Well, hey, overall, you got to say the Yankees there. So we didn't see too many of the former Yankees that much. Johnny Brito came in to mop up a little bit in the last game there. It was kind of a non-factor. Now, in the final game there, the Yankees were rallying a little bit. Wandy Peralta got a big out against Judge there. Okay, that was the one ha-ha moment. But even in the second game, I mean, Dylan Cease, this, again, a major starter who the Yankees were looking after, they went off. I mean, Judge took him deep there, and the Yankees were able to win that second game with Marcus Stroman outshining Dylan Cease. So, just look at both clubs, it looks like all the Cashman moves and all the Cashman players and stuff like that outshined mainly what you say that the San Diego players there. Now, does that 3-game set going to determine the offseason, the trade moves and all of that? No, but hey, look, if you want to look at the matchup right now, clearly Cashman and the Yankees are the winners in this case. Now 4 years from now, it turns out Johnny Brito's the greatest pitcher ever. I don't know, but all looking back on everything, it seems like, again, it was just the good moves for Cashman to make, and this Yankee team keeps rolling along. Now, the only little negative nugget in the series was the opening game there. John Birdie, who's really just holding down the fort until DJ LeMahieu gets back, seemingly. Did strain his calf running out of the box there, kind of collapsed, so he was put on the IL. Now they gave an MRI. Looks like no tear in the Achilles, so that's good news. But again, with DJ LeMahieu right now just around the corner there, it seems like Birdie's at least days might be numbered, just severely cut back with playing time. But of course he's going to the IL for a while, so we'll see what that. So short move. Looks like they're going to bring up Kevin Smith there, just to fill the gap there on the roster, just have someone competent to play the infield. And looks like during this Anaheim series, which is just about to come up, so the Yankees get a game off, and then we'll face the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles, who themselves are 13 games under 500 here, and this is another team where the Yankees should just go in there. Really should sweep them, but I understand, look, you're on the road, West Coast, blah, 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 the other team can win. At least, at very least, take 2 out. I mean, this has 2 out of 3 written all over it. And again, it should be a clean sweep, but at least, at the very least, give him 2 out of 3 right now, because this all things right now cranking with the Yankee offense. Even Anthony Volpe, this is where you have to give Boone credit. They put him in the leadoff spot there. He seemed to struggle a little bit, but Boone's like, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. Well, he's been hitting great there, and has a bit of a streak of him of getting a hit in 19 straight games under the age of 23 there. So he's reaching like Joe DiMaggio type statistics there, and it's the first time, I believe, since 2012 that a Yankee infielder there has hit in 19 straight games since a man named Derek Jeter did it there. So Volpe really seemed to pick it up there after, maybe take a little step back once they put him in that leadoff position. But again, he seemed to be flourishing there. And again, there's a lot of good stuff there from the Yankee offense, as well as the starting rotations. Has been absolute lights out. I know, Clark Schmidt got a little nicked up there against Seattle, but overall, he claims that was him tipping his pitcher there. But the Yankee starting rotations has been absolutely fabulous. And just get to the fact that hopefully just get Cole could rejoin his team in a couple of weeks there and just kind of really take off there. So that's it with the Yankees. Good stuff. Good start there in the West Coast trip against San Diego. Hopefully, sometime during this Anaheim series, we get DJ LeMahieu back. A little bit surprised, but let's see what he has to offer. Let's be positive about it. Let's hope that foot healed there. And if he can contribute to this Yankee offense, which is flowing pretty good right now, all the better. Catch you next time.